This video will be a full tour and documentation of this 2020 Toyota Corolla Hatchback SE. This Corolla Hatchback is painted in smoked paprika metallic,
This vehicle does have a smart key access. The front door panels do have storage pockets with bottle holders. And as you can see, this vehicle does have power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors.
This SE has a black interior with cloth seats.
The front seats are manually adjusted. And now, let's go ahead and start it up. On the key fob, you got the buttons for lock, unlock, and panic. And since it has smart key access, it also has push button ignition.
To say the Toyota Corolla is popular would be an understatement, as the Corolla is in fact the best-selling car of all time. A staple of the compact car class for many decades, the Corolla was launched back in 1966, and since then over 45 million of them have been sold. As of the 2022 model year, the Corolla is currently in its 12th generation. This 2020 model we have here represents said 12th generation, which made its US debut for the 2019 model year. The 12th generation Corolla is made in 3 different body styles, those being a 4-door sedan, a 5-door hatchback, and a 5-door wagon, which is only sold in international markets. In the US, the 12th gen Corolla hatchback came first for 2019, with the all-new 12th generation Corolla sedan going on sale the next year for 2020, replacing the outgoing 11th gen Corolla sedan. For 2020, a gas-electric hybrid model was introduced, which was a first for the Corolla in the United States. The 12th generation Corolla rides on the same platform as the 4th generation Toyota Prius, along with the Toyota CHR and Lexus UX subcompact crossovers. So as for available trim levels for the 2020 model year US market Corolla, the sedan and hatchback each have different lineups. The trim levels of the Corolla sedan are L, LE, XLE, SE, and XSE. The Corolla hybrid comes solely as an LE. Now the Corolla hatchback lineup is a bit different, as its only trim levels are SE and XSE. Anyways, getting into the engine lineup, the L through XLE models have a 1.8-liter inline-4 making 139 horsepower, and the Corolla hybrid pairs a 1.8-liter inline-4 with an electric motor. The SE and XSE have a 2-liter inline-4 making 168 horsepower. Since the hatchback is SE and XSE only, the only engine for the 20 Corolla hatchback is the higher-end 2-liter, and you also can't get the hatchback model here as a hybrid. The sedan-exclusive 1.8-liter models, including the hybrid, all have a CVT automatic transmission. As for the SE and XSE Corollas with the 2-liter engine, you can either get a 6-speed intelligent manual or a special dynamic shift CVT automatic. The only odd one out is the sedan body style of the XSE trim, which is automatic only. The Corolla hatchback competes with 5-door hatchback body styles of other compact cars like the Subaru Impreza and Honda Civic. In Toyota's 2020 lineup of 5-door hatchbacks, the compact Corolla hatchback is the largest, slotted above the subcompact Yaris hatchback.
The instrument cluster houses 4 analog gauges, including your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge. And then on this side, you've got a digital information display. So firstly, with this button, you can go between your odometer, trip A and trip B. And then with the controls right here on the steering wheel, you can bring up a lot more stuff. Very easy to use. It's got a 4-spoke design, leather-wrapped and multifunctional steering wheel. There are sport grips at 10 and 2, along with paddle shifters. As for controls, on this side you got your volume, voice commands, hands-free phone, along with the aforementioned information display controls. And then on this side, you got continued audio controls with your different modes and seat track. And then up here are the controls for your adaptive cruise control, including your following distance and then that lane tracing assist. It does have a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. Your panel dim, auto high beams, air vent. Right here is your exterior lighting stock. And right here is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have your touchscreen infotainment system, air vents, hazard light button. Right here, all the controls for your single zone automatic climate control, push button ignition, a storage area right here. In front of the gear shifter, you got the buttons for your traction control along with your sport driving mode. Putting it in reverse does reveal a backup camera. The manual mode, you can also slap the shifter over to the side while you're in drive, as you saw, and then go up and down for shifting, or the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. You've got the vehicle's electronically operated parking brake along with brake hold. Got 2 cup holders, center console with some storage, along with a power outlet and a USB port. Got another USB port right there. Passenger airbag indicator. I like how it's integrated into this. There are grab handles at all 4 corners. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors, lights, and extensions. Your manually dimming rearview mirror. Your overhead lighting. Roadside assistance. And finally, here's the touchscreen infotainment system. Got some shortcut buttons along the side here. Seat track, volume power knob, tuning knob. So, audio. Your audio screen right here. You can go to source, and got your main ways of listening to music: AM, FM, Sirius XM, and you've also got Bluetooth audio streaming, and then whatever you got plugged into the USB port. Phone to pair a phone, apps, projection, info, history of vehicle alerts, eco, show how efficiently you've been driving. Some of the buttons right here are shortcut buttons to what we've already looked at, like phone apps, as you can see. The home screen got right now your digital clock, radio info, and your fuel info. Now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and take a look at the engine bay. All 4 windows are fully automatic. Fuel cap release.
The rims on the SE trim are these 16-inch 5 split-spoke alloys. All Corolla hatchbacks, along with SE and XSE Corolla sedans, are powered by the Corolla's top engine for 2020, which is Toyota's Dynamic Force 2-liter naturally aspirated inline-4. It's a dual overhead cam 16-valve power plant with dual VVTi technology, and it produces 168 horsepower at 6,600 RPM and 151 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM. Power is sent to the front wheels of this Corolla SE via the optional Dynamic Shift CVT automatic transmission with a manual mode. Running on regular unleaded with a 13.2-gallon fuel tank, automatic transmission-equipped Corolla hatchback SEs get an estimated 32 mpg in the city and 41 mpg on the highway. Oddly enough, this 2-liter engine is more efficient than the base 1.8-liter engine, obviously not counting the hybrid. The suspension is a McPherson strut front setup and a trailing wishbone rear setup. Stopping the Corolla is a set of 4-wheel disc brakes with the front ones being ventilated. Curb weight rounds up to about 3,100 pounds.
As you saw earlier, the fuel cap is located on the driver's side. On the rear door panels, you do have bottle holders. The rear seats do fold down 60-40 split to aid cargo space. Both the front seats have storage pockets on the backs. Got some storage right here. Got coat hooks on either side back here. And you got a folding center armrest with 2 cup holders. blacked out badges. While the rear bumper does mimic dual exhaust, it does have a single exhaust. You got your rear wiper.
Cargo space in the Corolla hatchback is 17.8 cubic feet with the rear seats up, and 23.3 cubic feet after folding them down. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2020 Toyota Corolla hatchback, and as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.